It's with every comment, with every criticism, and with every point of view that others have of us that we develop as ourselves. We need to listen always to what people think of us, and work out for ourselves what parts of those points can we take for ourselves and what parts do we disregard and basically put away and say, that's not me. We need, as human beings, to actually listen to each other and also to express ourselves. There's a lot of people on the internet who are expressing themselves, and then there's a lot of people who are just listening to the people who are expressing themselves and essentially getting entertained or getting informed. One or the other, informed or educated, getting entertained, I mean, yeah. And that's fine, because as an artist myself, as a singer and an entertainer, I also am the one who's expressing myself and entertaining as well at the same time, and I need an audience. So, you know, and even one person is an audience, you know. If I just have one person at the gig enjoying themselves and the rest of the 500 or 200 or 50 or 20 people, if they're not totally enjoying themselves, at least one person's enjoying themselves. So that's the same philosophy that I take here to YouTube and to the internet. My personality is only seen on a few sides, and that's fine, because I came to YouTube to express the parts of myself that I found quite difficult in reality, in real life, in bars, in restaurants, in venues, in cafes, on the street, in the park, in the nature. You know, when I mentioned that I'm XXY, and that I don't consider myself to be male or female. Now, it's great that I just last night saw the film XXY, XXY, and I don't know it in Spanish, sorry, but it is an Argentinian film, and the only thing I have with the XXY film is that most people who watch that film will think now that all XXY people are like hermaphrodites with two sets of genitals, like a vagina and a penis, and obviously that's not the case for you know, XXY males, and as far as I know, XXY females don't have any kind of penis type formation. But again, all these things need to be checked out. Just to be telling you, I thought that I found a third hole. Yeah, I think I've got when I feel my arsehole, turn off if you don't like this, people. If this is turn off for you, turn off now. But I stuck my finger like around my arsehole and then felt further down or further back and felt this other kind of little hole, and I'm thinking to myself, is that normal in human beings? You see, these are the sorts of things I like to discuss on the internet. You think I'd bring that up in a bar, a cafe, restaurant? Oh yes, I was looking at my second hole, you know. Anyway, guten appetit with your salad, you know. So that's one thing. But I have been called a couple of things by certain people that aren't true, and that's also the point of this video, is to say to those people, or that person, or those two people, or whoever they are and whatever they're doing, just to say to them that you know, I'm taking on board what you're saying, which is more than I can say for the lot of you, and basically I'm taking the good criticism that I have to work on myself. So I thank you for criticizing me, because I do want to further advance in my excellence by getting myself better in the head and more confident. I noticed that the two of you, or how many more of you there are, I mean the people who are attacking me as usual, so you know, what was my point now? I forgot my point. Okay, doesn't matter. But you know, what was it? Oh, I could rewind now, but I won't. So it's gone now. Terrible point. I hope you can follow up with that point. But this is what happens, just as an example. I always mention this when I lose my memory. I've always had a short-term memory problem. In school, listening or even reading a book, for instance, and I'd be reading the lines, and then you know, I wouldn't be taking in the actual meaning of the words or the sentences into my brain. I'd just be simply reading, and then the teacher would ask me to explain what I just read. Oh, talk about failing. Oh, yeah. So, another point I'd like to mention is the XXY movie, yes, was very good. The only problem is, yeah, the hermaphrodite end of things, for all my years I've told people I'm XXY. I mean, there's thousands of people out there who know about XXYs existing, but they don't know the ins and outs of XXY, and now they're getting a kind of a feeling that all XXYs are like the XXY in the film. But apart from that tiny little point, the film's brilliant. Brilliant start. I'm not even going to tell you. Just see it. I saw it in Spanish and German subtitles. So, excuse me, I have to wait till I get the English version so I can understand it absolutely. But just on visuals, on storyline, on acting, on visuals, on parts of the text that I did understand, certain little things like I have to tell you this, the husband lying in bed with the wife, and the wife's putting face cream on her face, and the husband comes along and takes a bit of face cream off her face and puts it on his own face. Subtle little points of like everyone's got a bit of masculine in them and a bit of feminine in them. So if we can get over this whole idea of scientific dissecting of the cells and DNA stuff, and get away from all that and just call ourselves people. And also one thing, just I'm not, as most people know, out to attack people. But I certainly am out to talk and give my opinion, and I'll give my opinions of George W. Bush, because I think he's a fucking muppet idiot, and I'll give my opinions on even the Irish system, which I think is a joke in itself, in general, public transport wise, health wise, hello, and I will talk about people that I know, or else people that I think I know, and therefore I'll give my opinion. And if you want to call that whatever you want to call it, then good luck to you with all your causes. My cause is to get people aware, and my cause is to make people feel all right to be themselves. That's what my point is, and my message, and my aim, and my theme. Okay, so, ciao people, ciao. And peace, for God's sake, peace. And sometimes let things go, and let people go out of your life, especially when they ask you to not be your friend. Okay, ciao, bye.